Good morning, loves. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. I've been really busy at the stores. I know a few of you have been asking me about doing a brow tutorial, and it's been really hectic. I've been wearing a lot of hats. I've been store owner of both locations, makeup artist, brow lady, janitor, contractor. I've been it all. So I guess that's what you do when you own a business though, right? You jump in where you're needed. So that's why I've been a little absent, and I apologize. Now, I know a lot of you have been asking me about doing a brow tutorial. I've done a few, and I'm going to continue to do more because I know that sometimes you guys need to see it over and over again. And just remember, don't be afraid to ask me to do it again and again and again, because practice makes perfect. But you have to promise me you're going to practice at home. It's not that hard. By the way, my name is Frida Ann Sarah. I'm the owner of Faces by Frida and Salon Frida and Frida Cosmetics. So what I'm going to do, I wanted to fill in my brows. I got ready for work. I'm ready to head out, but I thought I would do it at home because it's less distracting. So anyways, here we go. First, I personally like to use brow powder because it's more natural. When you use a pencil or a pomade, they tend to have wax in them, especially the pencil, in order to bind it to the wood. And then as the day goes on and it mixes with your natural oils, it looks a little bit more like a magic marker. So I personally like brow powder. It looks soft, it looks natural. So here we go. First things first, your brow brush. I use this one. It's my personal brand, but it's really thin and stiff. I want to make sure you can see that. Got it? Okay. And then here's my brow powder. There's two shades. There's a lighter shade and the darker shade. Now, people ask me, why do you have two shades? There's a couple of reasons. Your hair color can change, but most of all, I use the darker shade for the second half of your brow and the lighter shade for the first half of your brow. So, you always want it to be soft and natural at the beginning of your brow. So what I'm going to do, a lot of women want to start here at the first part of your brow. Don't do that. That's too dark. We want it to be the softest, again, and most natural there. So what I'm going to do is just a couple taps, and then I'm going to start at my arch. I'll tend to, hold on, like right in there, and then work my way down, okay? Then I'm going to tap it again. I hope my connection's okay. And then we're going to go up and around. Use a spoolie. You're going to brush it up and over. Okay? You know what? Let me turn this down because I might be blowing out my face right now. All right. Does that look better? I want to make sure you guys can see it okay. So here we go. Work it down. This is so much easier to show people in the store. Okay. We're going to go up and over that arch. I'll give myself more of an arch. Okay? And then I brush it up and over. Now, working yourself or working your product to the beginning of your brow, I'm going to start here again with that lighter shade, brush up and over. Okay? And then I'm just going to simply brush the product up and through my brow. See that? See how it just gives you an instant facelift? I'm not done there. I'm going to use the gel. And my gel is, I love my gel, but you can find any gel. This one personally doesn't turn white and flaky. I brush it up and over. It acts as like a hairspray for your brow. Keeps it in place and helps tame those bad boys. So, working on the other side. Really quick, I want you to see this. Can you see how it instantly lifts my entire right side of my face? Brows are everything. Okay, so here's the brush again. Remember, we want the angle resting against your brow bone. So, resting against your brow bone. Make sure that angle against your brow bone. This is where a lot of people can make some mistakes. So I'm tapping that darker color again. And I'm just going to start right here and lift it up at the arch and drop it down. People think I have perfect brows. I don't. I make this happen every morning. And then I'm just gonna bring it down to the tail, and that's where you always usually want it to end. Okay, so brush that product up and through your brow. And you can see I've got a couple bald spots, so let's fill those guys in. Okay, and you see that, right? Now, using that lighter shade, like we talked about earlier, I'm gonna go into the first part of the brow and just really, sometimes I just brush it through, and I'll give myself a little point right there. I have major thyroid issues, so my brows have a life of their own. Sometimes I wake up and I have them, sometimes I wake up and I don't. Nothing a little brow powder can't fix. So, okay, I'm just gonna show you. I really wanna make sure you guys can see this. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope you guys have, I hope it's a good connection. All right, now I'm gonna lift that brow up a little further, and I wanna make sure you guys can see this. And I'm totally freehanding it right now. There we go. Boom. Ta-da. And then you're gonna brush that up and through. Using the spoolie, you're gonna brush it up and through. Done! Oh my God, instant facelift. I look 10 years younger. Just kidding. Okay, using the brow gel again, we're just gonna brush that up again and over. Perfect, ready for work. So hey, this is what I always tell women. If you have no time in the morning, at least fill in your eyebrows, because that just gives you a polished finish and it makes you feel more confident. And I think when you look good, you feel good. So always fill in your eyebrows. Going over what I just did, you've got your brow brush and you've got your brow powder, okay? Whatever brow powder you're using. And then always making sure the angle of the brush, okay, is rested against your brow bone. You don't want to flip that around and go this way. That's not going to work for you. It's going to work against you. So make sure that angle is against your brow bone. And now when you go to work on your other eye, you're going to flip it, making sure it's resting again against your brow bone. I like to use the darker shade for the second half of my brow. So darker shade for the second half, the lighter shade for the first half, keeping it really soft there, because remember, we want it to be soft and natural. And then also, you want to make sure that you use your spoolie when you're done, brushing the product up and over. So you're pushing that product through your brow, okay? And last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and set it with the gel, and that puts it in its place and, you know, tames them. Even some days, hi Frida, how are you? Some days I will just use my brow gel. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you can catch this on the rebroadcast if you're not catching it live. Let me know what else you want to see. And then last but not least, you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and go there again. I know a lot of people are not happy with Tuesday night's outcome. But remember, it's not just one man that makes our country. It is us, okay? We're all, the American people, we're all one. So let's try to remember to be patient with one another, help each other, respect each other. It's us that can make a difference. Us, the people of America. That means you, me, your neighbor, that stranger across the street, everybody. So please take that, you guys. And I love you. I hope that everybody has a really great day and a beautiful day. Again, if you're going to find this useful, please share it for me. And then also, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will make sure I get back to them. Have a beautiful day.